Hey, what's up everybody? This is GreyMan here. Well, today I kind of wanted to do a video on water filtration and discussing the key differences between the Sawyer Mini and the LifeStraw. I have ran into some technical difficulties, so we're probably going to continue this video back at the house. So please stay tuned and I'll be right back. Hey, what's up everybody? I am back at the house and let's get into this. And if you want to, at the end of the video, I'll explain some of my technical difficulties. But I kind of wanted to give you guys basically a change of scenery from being in my office or studio or whatever you like to call this environment. Anyways, today we're going to talk about water filtration. And I'm kind of going to go over basically the Sawyer Mini and the LifeStraw. Now, some of you guys may know something about it or use it or have it. But I think it's relevant for every prepper, be it any channel that you get this information from. The more it's out there, the more people see it. So some people may not see it on this channel, some people may see it on that channel. So altogether, you know, even it's redundant, I think it just kind of pounds away in your head that these are some of the important things that you need to remember. And water is very important. So you're probably going to see me look over here a lot because I like to take notes, and sometimes I'll look over here because I'm looking at myself to make sure I'm in focus. But you know, that's how we do it here at GreyMan Productions, I guess. Anyways, guys, so two, you know, most popular are, you know, the LifeStraw and, of course, the Sawyer Mini. Now, this might focus on here, but we'll see if I can get it in there, and it's not. So, there we go, Sawyer Mini. Now, both of these devices have pros and cons. Some can say the LifeStraw has more cons than pros, but you be the decision maker in that. So basically the LifeStraw, which you can get anywhere. I mean, you can get these at Walmart and shoot, Amazon, Bass Pro, you name it, you can find them there. Pretty much any of the stuff that I'm going to go over, you can find pretty much anywhere, and just Google it online and you'll find the information somewhere near you that sells this type of products if you don't already own one. And I do suggest everyone to, you know, have some sort of filtration in their home, in their bug out bag, their get home bag, something. You can only survive on the average roughly about 3 days without water. Food is a different story, but water is more of an important factor. So let's get into this, all right? So the LifeStraw, and the reason I like to take notes is so that I give proper, solid information. I just don't want to say things that I might mistakenly say, you know, so I'd rather give you guys the correct information. And as always, like I say, research everything and anything that you hear on YouTube, because you never know. Sometimes information can be correct, sometimes it could be wrong. So it's always sent to the user to do the research before just saying, hey, okay, I'm going to do that. So let's continue. So the LifeStraw, basically, the big difference between the LifeStraw itself, it's rated to about 1,000 gallons. So this guy here is rated to about 1,000 gallons. Now, that seems like a lot, right? But when you compare the Sawyer Mini, this is 100,000 gallons. Now, the two different issues that I have with this is you guys got to put these to use. You know, some people say, you know, they put them in their bug out bag and forget about it. And that's the main issue. Because you have to use these things in a practical environment to make sure they work properly. And always have a backup. And we're going to get into backups here soon. So the LifeStraw, what I've noticed using the LifeStraw, kind of stole my wife's out of her bag because she hasn't used hers. But, you know, when you use the LifeStraw, and after you're done using it, and that was my phone. The LifeStraw itself, you know, you have to flush the LifeStraw, you know, either blowing water through it or something. There's some recommendations online on how to extend the life of the LifeStraw. Because if you don't, you're going to have some issues and it's going to clog up and it's going to fail on you. And that's the worst part. You don't want to have something that fails on you. Now, in regards to the Sawyer Mini, like I said, 100,000 gallons of water. And look at the size difference. If I look correctly, I think the Sawyer Mini is 5 inches by 1 and the LifeStraw is 9 inches by 1. They both weigh about 2 ounces on average. But big differences in the amount of filtration that you get out of these two different devices. Now, one thing with the LifeStraw, you have to get down to the water. Unless you have a cup like this and you're going to scoop the water, and then of course you're going to put the filtration part, this is the sucking part, and you're going to have to put that into the water and suck. Or you have to get into the water. So if you don't have something like a cup or something, you're going to have to get face into the water. Now here in Florida, there's alligators and you might get your face bitten off. Yeah? But anyways, you know, so basically you would have to get a cup or something like that. And remind me, guys, next time to put my phone on silent so it stops making noises. But anyways, you know, you put this in here and you're going to suck water out of it. And, you know, this is basically in case you don't have fire to boil water. This is just backup. There's many ways to filter water and make it safe for consumption. The Sawyer Mini, on the other hand, comes with a squeeze bag. It also has a way to flush it, like a flushing. It has a syringe, blunt tip syringe, you can flush it. And there's ways to prolong the life of this as well. Now, one thing I like about the Sawyer Mini is that you can connect this to a water bottle. And now this is a big thing, you know, just so that you guys are safe, on the safe side. Excuse me. So you know, everybody says, you know, oh, the Sawyer Mini will screw onto a water bottle. Well, do they ever show you? Do they ever actually show you that it screws onto a water bottle? Because I've learned the hard way, and thank God that I like to use things and try things before I put them in my bug out bag or use them in a practical aspect. Because let's say you go over your local hood store and you get the cheap water and you say, okay, I'm going to screw the Sawyer Mini on here. I got it filled up with some water that I got out of the pond. Try to screw it on. Guess what? It won't screw on. So what I've learned, and there's probably other bottles out there, but unfortunately, I mean, it's not unfortunately, but you know, your smart water bottles, these work great with the Sawyer Mini. You apply that there, tighten her up, and like I said, you fill up your water here, and always carry a couple extra, you know, canisters or something to, you know, keep water with you. It comes with a squeeze bag, but if you want to use a bottle, this works great. So that's on there, and that's on there tight. You know what I mean? You get a nice solid seal. So that's another thing. Like I said, just make sure that you apply the things that you buy. Just don't stick them in your bag and forget about them and say, okay, well, when something happens, then I'll worry about it. Sorry about that, guys. I just hit a button with my arm and turned off the camera. Anyways, I'm going to try. Oh, boy. But anyways, guys, I do apologize. But in my opinion, when it comes to these two devices, I'm going to go with the Sawyer Mini. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's going to last you 10 times as long as something like this. Remember, 1,000 versus 100,000. Also, I forgot to mention that this is on the average is 0.2 microns. This is 0.1 microns for you nerds out there that want to know specifics. And I'm not going to go through all the different things that they filter out, but you can research that yourself. I don't want to just delve into it and start saying all these scientific words. But so that's the gist of it. You know, the Sawyer Mini, to me, outperforms the LifeStraw. And if I had a choice, I would grab this. They also make a full-size Sawyer. And I know some of you guys out there are going to be like, well, you know, there's a Berkey, the mini Berkey, and there's lots of filtration units. The best thing is that to have water filtration, you got to have some form of water filtration for yourself and your family. So other forms of water filtration that you can have. We're going to go to something easy, you know, that you can find at almost any store as well, is water filtration tablets. These little tablets here, and I think I might get this to focus on here. I guess not. There it goes. Look at that. These little Coleman tablets. They work really well. And they're easy. It has the directions on there. And again, one of these days, just go out camping. Go out in the woods. Go for a walk. Grab some water and try some of this stuff. Apply some of these techniques to make sure that you familiarize yourself with it. Because if shift happens, and you know what I mean, to not know how to use this stuff could mean life or death. And there I go again with that word. Anyways, another subject that I notice a lot of preppers talk about is bleach. And of course, you have to be very careful when it comes to bleach. let me scroll on my notes here. All right, there we go. So you can use household bleach to purify water. Some of you guys may know this. And the thing is everybody's like, they go look into it, they go research it, they read it, and then sometimes they'll forget. So sometimes what I like to do is write little notes and attach them to certain things like bleach. Now, bleach does have a shelf life. I think average bleach can expire after about 6 months. That's where kind of bleach starts to degrade. It's an original bottle. Like I said, the original bottle can become 20% less effective as each year goes by. So you can't get past that 6 months, maybe a year, but it starts to degrade. And of course you want the potency there, because then you're going to have to adjust the ratio that you would use to purify water. Now make sure you guys research this. Just don't be pouring bleach in water and drinking it. That's not the smartest thing. So I know I put it here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it for you guys, because it is like, where did I find that at? Oh, and by the way, you know, bleach, you can if you guys ever look into these bleach tablets, these things here, they actually have a longer shelf life than your standard bleach. Now make sure, because it takes about 16 tablets to equal 1 gallon of bleach. Okay, so just remember that when you're doing your ratios. I wouldn't stick a tablet in water and drink it. That's way too strong and you're going to hurt yourself. So 16 tablets of these bleach tablets, and you can find these at almost any grocer. 16 of those tablets will make a gallon of, you know, full strength bleach. And here we go. So volume of water, 8 gallons, 2/3 teaspoon. Let's really get into this. Let's see what the CDC has to say. So if you have a gallon of water, it says basically to add about 8 drops of bleach. That's drops, like, you know, little drops. It's better to be safe than sorry. And that's on the average, you know. So speaking of which, on the average, let me see here, I left that in my notes as well. So the average person usually drinks roughly, let's say, about a gallon of water a day. Now this is going to be dependent on age, activity levels, overall health, such as height and weight, and also your sex, and also the environment that you live in. So the environment you live in, if you live in a warm, humid environment, or if you live in a cool environment, and of course the activity, if you're a strenuous activity, if you're out in the woods and you're building something, or you're, you know, scavenging, and, you know, so all those factors are going to come into play on how much water that you need. So that being said, and one thing I wanted to touch on the bleach is that you can prolong bleach shelf life by keeping it around 70, 75 degrees in a cool, dark place. That will kind of prolong the shelf life of bleach as well. So anyways, those are some ideas that you can use for water purification. And also, you know, what I think about the Sawyer Mini and the LifeStraw. So again, I do think, going back to that, that the Sawyer Mini outperforms a LifeStraw. And as a worst case scenario, I like to think of things in threes. And what I mean by that is to have 3 different things for, let's say, starting fires, water filtration, food, and so on and so forth. And the reason I say that is because if one fails, you need to have a backup. And if that backup fails, you need to have another backup. So in the rules of threes, it's always good to have 3 different aspects of something. So let's say if you're going to start a fire, you have, let's say, a lighter or matches or something like that. You have a ferrous rod and some other forms and means of doing things so that they're in threes. It's better to have backup after backup after backup, especially in a situation where you just can't go to the store and find something. Anyways, guys, I appreciate your time. This video kind of went to go long, and I know I ramble a lot, but I really appreciate you, the viewers, and everybody that's subscribed to this channel. We're going to try to keep on providing good content and get better at what we're doing here. Learning things like putting your phone on silent and taking better notes, because sometimes my notes kind of run into each other. But I want to give you guys valuable information. I want to be correct in what I'm saying. And I hope that this helps somebody out there. Again, like I said, to me, it's like if you can help one person on each video or every video, you know, one person takes away some good information and passes that information along to others. All right, so I think tomorrow what we're going to do is I'm going to do a where this channel is going video along with the, what did I call it, the giveaway. It's going to be either, I'll let you guys choose, either the $50 Bass Pro or the $50 Amazon gift card, because if you stood with me this long and if you watched this entire video, you deserve to know this information. All right, guys, I want you guys to have a great night, as that's what it is now. It's either afternoon or night. Have a great night. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. This is GreyMan out. See you on the rebound.